welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on an amazing weekend. Saturday, best day of the week. It's where everybody's busy. I know everybody's out at the ball fields and so much going on. But we thank you so much for tuning into Real Estate with Ryan. We love doing this show because we get to be with you guys, kind of on the radio. It's kind of hard to get to see people, but a lot of my people that are streaming online on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, we appreciate you guys following so much. And we've got a really good show for you. Hope everybody's doing well and having an amazing summer. I know we are busy as we can be, busy bees. Real estate markets picking up as always at this time of year. So much going on. And we got a good show for you. We're going to start off. It's going to be talking about the best time to sell your house is what? When others aren't selling. Isn't that in life? Hey, if somebody goes right, I'm going to go left. Well, in the real estate market, we know the inventory is at all-time lows. We've increased inventory over the last couple of months, but we're still over 3,000 homes in the Knoxville surrounding DMA. So relatively speaking, that's relatively low. And that opportunity means for buyers, it's limited. But sellers, we still have an opportunity to get the most money. Now, not 2020 prices, but we're seeing multiple offers, still having great returns. But as a buyer, we also seen a little bit of shift in the market. So we have opportunities, certain pockets. One of the questions that I get asked all the time is, Ryan, how's the market? What's going on? It's kind of a loaded question. With this year, I mentioned on the last show, I talked to a great agent that we were working on a deal with. And I said, this year's really weird. 2023, there's just a lot of moving parts. And there's a lot of things that are not the norm, right? You see it, interest rates, news, media. So it's hard to really pinpoint to say, is the market a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? You really don't know. But that's why we do this show every week, guys. You need an expert in your corner. You have your team. We say, hey, it's a team effort. No I in team. It's teamwork, baby. So we got to be involved to kind of help you, guide you through the craziness of real estate. And we got some stories for you coming up. Crazy week, kind of promoting into a new show that we've got. And if you're tuning in to us for the first time, again, my name is Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty. Saying real estate, is that funny or what? You can tell what kind of week it is. But thinking real estate, we try to do this show every week. We focus on the Knoxville DMA market, all right? Focus all things real estate. We say no politics, none of that stuff. Try to keep it fun. Well, this week, we've got some challenges. And so we've got a new show coming up that's going to possibly be talking about one of the biggest things that we're facing in our industry now, and it's the scammers buying land sales. And so one of those things that we've experienced, we caught some sales and some things like that, but we're going to be doing some, hopefully get some guests on our show. In the next coming week, we're going to really have a good show for you guys. If you're tuning in, you say, hey, well, what are you talking about, Ryan? We're talking about scammers. Don't just end it there. So one of the most important things that you're going to do when you're buying or selling real estate, especially out-of-state land, make sure you get a good agent in your corner. Make sure you're verifying everything and do your due diligence. So there's a lot of scams going on now and even rampant through our area where owners are posing as sellers, right? And then they're signing listing agreements with clients or potential firms. And then before you know it, they put it on the open market and try to sell it. We'll get into that and how all that's happening and what we can do to combat that and what we're doing in our office to change certain things that we're seeing come up and kind of add more security for your safety. But, unfortunately, the world is changing. I had a great client today in Roane County that we were just took a brand new listing, and she said, Ryan, the world is getting scary. It's just what used to be a couple of years ago, some of the things we never even had to deal with. And we were kind of floored with this, but after a little bit more investigation and talking to people in the area and other agents, we were casually working on a deal. And I mentioned this to another agent. She said, oh yeah, Ryan, we had somebody that wanted to do a lease purchase and wanted us to send them money. And of course, we see some of that on the rental side, right? You've seen the Facebook scams and rentals for sale. And, you can kind of spot them out with the send me money now kind of thing. But they're going to a whole new level. And apparently, it's been going on around for a long time. Certain parts of the country, it's stronger than not. And I think we're going to see it in our area because it's got one of the hottest markets in the country, right? We have a lot of vacation rentals out in Sevierville and Gatlinburg. And our team handles out that way as well. And then in the Knoxville, one was right in West Knoxville. So, there really is no rhyme or reason, but things that you need to be prepared to work with. And then when you're working with your real estate professional, don't be shocked that we're asking for some of these IDs, or, if you have an estate, make sure you have a copy of your will and different things like that. And go in the extra step, because we're in different times, guys. So we're facing things that we didn't see in a long time ago, and the thieves are getting worse. And we got to keep an eye out for them and safeguard your property. But do follow us. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And of course, you can follow us on our podcast, Spotify, iTunes, and Google. Make sure you subscribe. I'll make sure we get this out on this show. It's going to be a really good show. You're going to definitely want to listen to it. And if you miss it, catch it on replay. We're going to hope to have a good special guest that's working a lot with the Attorney General in the state, and kind of bring him on the show and kind of give you some tips on what we're seeing and how to help you protect your property, especially if you have vacant land in East Tennessee. All right, we're getting back into the show. Before I get to the going too far down that road, we got some new listings on 3228 Bent. It looks like a Brent, but I got one on Brent too. Bent Road. We got 510 Circle Drive. New price improvement. Back on the market. No fault to the seller. 159 Camp Galilee. We got a new listing on 602 Only Way in Pigeon Forge. It's a definitely must see, about 2,900 square feet. Make sure you check that out. Coming soon in Knoxville on 3005 Fountain Park Boulevard. Congrats to Bear Hollow, 711 Bear Hollow. Upton Drive, 169 Upton Road. Congrats to the Stigals, super sweet. Really enjoyed working with you guys, not only selling your home and getting you guys to Atlanta. It was an honor. And then 15701 Highway 11. Congrats to you guys. You are the best. Great sellers. Had a good week. Formed a lot of relationships with people and friendships for life. And that's what we really like doing here. It's all part of a journey. Buying or selling a house is one of the biggest things that you're going to do. And it can be stressful at times. And, we do this show, and I always tell people, I say, well, you don't know me from Adam. But hopefully we do this show to kind of get a feel of, who you're working with and how we can help you and how our team's committed. And, it's always great to have some friendships and friends for life. We always say clients for life, to help them through their journey. Had some great clients at Stigals, worked with them, and, there was a lot of moving parts and new construction, but we just had a great relationship working with them, and just a pleasure. We always have so many sellers a year that we come through, and just a great special opportunity to work with them. And that's why we enjoy this. So we always say, listen, if you're thinking about buying or selling, we'd love to help you in that process, and love to work with you. So let's talk about our show. Best time to sell is what? When others aren't selling. So you say, well, Ryan, if you're thinking about selling your house, we know right now that the numbers of homes for sale are low. About 3,000, as I mentioned, in the Knoxville surrounding market. As that number is increasing, it is increasing. So in April and May, we're about 2,900, and now we're a little bit over 3,000. Nothing dramatic, but I think a lot of people, as the economy, inflation goes on, people are looking at, we have options to sell. We did a show, we talk about selling it as is. Maybe I'm not going to fix anything up, I'm just going to sell it. We're going to do repairs, Ryan. Maybe I want to fix it up and I want to maximize now, because I know now may be the last opportunity that the buyers will be in multiple offers, or it's an opportunity to be in still a seller's market, right? Or I'm downsizing. Hey, I'm not going to even buy. I'm going to go live with family, and I just want to kind of exit the market now. So all those are options. And so even looking back in through April of 2017, there's only 1 year where fewer sellers have listed their home, and that was April 2020. You remember 2020, pandemic. So the actual numbers in April of 2020 were 349,094. So 349,094. So a little bit under 350,000. All the other years prior, 2017, 2018, all the way through, were in excess of 500,000 homes on the market. So that's a healthy market, guys. You say, what's a healthy market? A healthy market for homes and inventory in the market is a 6-month supply. We look at 2023 in April, we're at 392,000. So we're very close, about 40,000 difference and 108,000 homes less than the average market from 2017 to present, comparing with the pandemic. A lot of factors are trending to that, but one of the biggest things is the interest rates, right? A lot of people have this thing called rate lock, where they're locked in on the interest rate. They've got a really low rate, and they're not wanting, to go out and purchase. And what are they doing? They're hoping that the interest rates will stay where they're at. Hey, we got more coming up on the break. Make sure you stay with us. Real Estate with Ryan is coming right back after the break.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, we're coming back at you hot in the studios, Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Got a good show. As I was going in the first segment of the show, when is the best time to sell? It's when other people are not selling. So we've got a good second half here. And before we get going in the second half of the show, you know what we have to do. It's our 60-second Vol update. All right, drum roll, please. Well, busy schedule. If you did disappointed just like we were, saw the men's Tennessee baseball team obviously lose in the World Series. You know, we were rooting for them. I know we were up there watching, and exciting. I'm talking exciting just to watch them, and congrats to them. I know it didn't turn out exactly the way we wanted to see, but it is the second time in a couple years under Tony V, right? Congrats on just an outstanding season and a program that's being put together. We got new renovations to the baseball stadium, and to get back 2 years in just a short period of time is very, very impressive. You know, we had the bases loaded. A lot of things were there. It just happens, one of those things. But we like to say congrats to the men's Tennessee team, baseball team. Can I get that tongue-tied? You know what I mean. Congrats to all you guys. We got so much coming up on football. It's right around the corner now. Now we're going to focus to football. Make sure you follow us. We got so much going on. We got new commercials coming out, some new giveaways. Make sure you like and subscribe to our page. As you know, Hometown Realty is proud sponsor of the Vols. Go Big Orange. All right. So, as I was saying, when we're thinking about selling, what a lot of people are saying is, Ryan, the number is low from a combination of reasons. But the biggest thing is, Ryan, I've got a 2%. Just left somebody in Powell yesterday, and my interest rate's 2%. Well, I'm going to sell. Well, I'm selling, Ryan, because I'm getting transferred to Florida. Got to go. So that's the normal flow of the market. But a lot of, a survey from Realtor.com said 56% of people that were surveyed who are planning to sell in the next 12 months said they're waiting for rates to come down. I thought that was interesting. Over half the people that are thinking about selling in the next couple months are trying to kind of gauge the market and gamble the market, and they're waiting for rates. Obviously that wait-and-see approach is right for some sellers, but it also creates openings for more eager sellers to jump on now. That's kind of one of the things that we like to chat about. You say, well, Ryan, when is the best time? The best time is when you're ready. Obviously, we all like to strike. Real estate's always timing. I tell a lot of my clients that we deal with on a daily basis, it's like we want to gauge the stock market. My team here, we play a little crypto. We like to gauge the crypto market. We want to get in the market while it's hot, and when it gets bad, we want to get out, right? That's just normal, right? But it's so impossible to really time the real estate market. Of course, there's a lot of signs that, the stock market, crypto market, commodities, bond market, things like that, obviously they move at a quicker pace. Real estate's kind of a cycle. And if you can see, it kind of goes in 6-month cycle, maybe even 12-month cycle. But that 6-month cycle, it takes a while for starting to see certain trends. You may see certain trends right now in the market, right? You say, well, we're not getting the activity that we want to see on our home. And we're experiencing some of that too, right? You know, we're all in the same boat right here. So we have to adjust and look to what previous pricing, obviously market too, marketing strategies of what we can do to make sure we're getting the right buyers for your property. But sometimes look at that property and look at the pricing on it, and does it need an improvement? Does it need to be repositioned in the marketplace? When you've got a marketplace that is doing that, this is very common that you see price adjustments. And if you guys have followed the search engine and the websites, one of our sites, or Zillow or Realtor.com, you've seen improvements, right, that we didn't see years ago. Obviously, if your current home doesn't fit your needs and you're ready to move, now could be the opportunity. When fewer sellers are putting their homes on the market, buyers will have fewer options, so you set yourself up for the most eyes possible and the highest price. Talking to a great couple out in Loudon about that. They're moving out of the area. We talked about repositioning this to where we can get multiple offers. It was a pleasant conversation, and they were surprised by the number that we were giving them. And that's, that's just where we're at now. But as that shifts, towards the end of the year, 2024, we're going to experience what? It's an election year. You can already see it. The heat's on. And so we need to see what that's going to look like in the real estate market in 2024. So if you're thinking about selling here in the next 6 months, maybe we need to think, well, can we put it on the market for summer? Obviously, if you have kiddos that are relocating to the area, we're going to have more eyeballs and more opportunities there. But is it better for us to sell before, summer and fall, before next year? Those are things to discuss. And that's why you could possibly see in today's market, and we're seeing it all the time, multiple offers as buyers compete on the limited number of homes. Now, that being said, we have some that are not enough activity or not getting the right offers. So a lot of that comes to price and working with your agent or kind of working with us to help you position. When the market's moving like this very rapidly, you've got to have somebody that's in the market that sells a lot of real estate, that's in there, kind of in the trenches with you guys. And it's hard to keep engaged with that, but we think we do a really good job keeping our clients up to date and hopefully getting them to make the kind of right decisions, what they need to do to put the sold sign and kind of get them off to their journey in 2023. So why do we talk about pricing? Because it's everything in the market where buyers are what? They're looking for an opportunity. We know that the inventory's up. The news is in their favor. It's kind of, I was talking to a seller yesterday. They said, hey, don't you feel like the buyers are sitting on the sidelines and they're kind of like, okay, kind of licking their chops going, okay, it's our turn. we're going to come in with some offers and opportunity for the buyers. It could be coming. It's just not here yet. So take advantage of that opportunity now. A lot of lenders that we talked to, just had a great conversation. There's different incentives of different lenders that have an opportunity to lock in for your ever home. Sometimes we're not finding the property. The inventory's not there. But in the future, if you find that perfect home or what you're looking for, puts you in a position to secure it. And there's always that refinance opportunity down the road. A lot of lenders have a lot of different programs where limited cost, you could streamline that loan. Now, if you have a FHA or a VA loan, they've been around for years. There's something called a streamlined refinance. It's done with very, very little paperwork. A lot of times they're not even pulling your credit, and they just go off your mortgage history. And so it's really, really seamless, and they do those all the time. I think when me and my wife first got married, I think she had a FHA loan. We did a streamline. It was super simple. And so keep that in mind. Bottom line, if you're ready to sell now, beat the competition out on the market, get with an agent like ourselves. We'd love to talk to you. Start that conversation, right? Start that conversation. Know what we need to do. We just had a great client today, and we had the conversation on where we're at in pricing, what we need to do to the property. Are we selling it this way, or are we going to market it full way, full out, premium dollar? And she's deciding that, and then timing, and then kind of walking those steps, walking you through that process. It's easier together, guys. I tell you, this is the market is, again, 24 years in the business. I've not seen anything like it. So it's an opportunity now to put good teamwork together, right? And what's better than working with your Tennessee Realtor here in town, guys, and supporting your Vols, you know, I'll throw that in there, a little plug, okay? Go Vols, go Big Orange. Love our Orange, man. We love our Vols, man. Good, exciting year. I tell everybody, we're on the radio, I'm having my T-shirts on and got my Tennessee swag on. I said, it's great to be a Vol, isn't it? It's great to be a Vol. It's just a good time in Vol Nation, right? Let's talk about this. Now, you find your home. You know the interest rates are high. And we'll use the rest of the show real quickly to talk about how can I get my better rate? We can talk about improving your credit. Different ways and things we can do to improve our credit is obviously what? We can ask for higher credit limits. If you're thinking about making a loan application, if you can get a bump up on your credit limit, let's say I've got an $8,000 credit limit and I go up to $12,000, and how it's going to pull your score up. It gives you an opportunity to get a better rate. Hey, guess what? Believe it or not, a lot of the credit cards, you can pay your credit card, say you have a balance on it. There's something different from your statement date to your reporting date. Find out your statement date from your credit card company. If you're going to pay a chunk down, pay that little chunk down. That rate and your points could shoot up in less than a couple days. You just got to time it from when your statement date till they actually report to the credit bureaus. If you're new, get a secured credit card. Put a credit card, make sure they report to all three of them. Pay your bills on time. Deal with any collections that are out there. A lot of them are medical. Some of them are small. Make sure you get rid of those. There are certain rules and new changes that have happened to the medical community on collections. Make sure you're up to date with those. A lot of those can be deleted by simply challenging and removing those, especially if your insurance could have been involved. If you're a new buyer, get credit for your rent, utility payments if they don't report. And that's what we've got on our show. Always runs quicker than I expected. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.